Hey everybody, it's John again from Gasper's Automotive Restoration, and today we're going to be unveiling Stoughton's 1928 Maxim to the representative from the Historical Society, Joe McCrisky, and his wife is here. Hello.
Say hi.
Hi, glad to be here.
Yeah, so are you guys excited?
Excited.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
All right, awesome. Well, you know, should we do it today or should we wait till tomorrow?
Hey, whatever fits you, but I'll be here at night cracking the doors open.
All right, I'll be right back.
That is unbelievable.
There you go. Looks funny seeing this stuff.
I know, it's different.
Yeah.
It's looking at
Yeah, the
Yeah.
battleship linoleum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it would have come on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, a lot of adjustments, a lot of playing around.
Oh, stiff seats. They're gonna be nice to sit in.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
The other ones.
Yeah.
You had to take the cushions out, you know, throw them in the car so they didn't blow out.
Oh yeah, these things are in there tight.
Yeah.
And we put a rope on for the bell.
Yep. Oh, that's great too. Yeah. Look at the
Yeah,
bell.
so you reach back and grab that, and
Look at the bell. Oh my God, that was so tarnished and worn through.
this tubing here was interesting. You know, we had to recreate this, and it was not easy. We had to buy tubing, and we had to anneal it here in the shop, and we bent it. One of my guys, Drew, was working on that. He did a fantastic job on that. It came out really nice. Had to put all those pieces on before we bent it. It was quite a process to get that on there correctly.
Yeah, no, when I brought it down here, that piece of there was destroyed.
It was destroyed.
Yeah, that was really not in good shape
Yeah.
at all. Yeah.
And
Those were all re-chromed as well.
we also added something else here. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, the edges, yes.
These,
Wow.
those are actually American La France
Okay.
corners, and I had them in my pile of stuff. And so the plating was almost completely gone, and we decided to polish them up brass, and that way they match the rest of the brass on the truck.
Yeah, these are steel now versus the aluminum.
That's the license plate screws for later.
Right.
Those could stay.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Those could stay right there because we're gonna need those in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, these are not aluminum. Steel. You replace that with steel?
That's steel, yes. The aluminum was actually not available.
Really?
Yeah, it was back ordered. You know, it was hard to get it, so we used steel and we painted them.
Yeah.
Everything's painted to match where your feet are and around here.
Right.
And we restored all the, we did all the letter. We made all this in house.
Yeah.
All this here, we realigned all this. You know, redid all those fire extinguisher holders. And
this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Please don't rain on the 4th of July.
It just, I could make this look okay, but you know, two different things.
There's nothing like the new nickel.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, when you're getting, you know, dealing with the old stuff, I mean, it just, you go home, your arms are sore.
Yep.
You know, but
well, your arms are still gonna be a little sore here because you got brass to polish. But
right.
No,
the
he
nickel.
loves that.
Do not use polish on the nickel.
Right.
Use just cloth, and you know, you just get a little bit of water spots here and there. You just wipe that off. Use a spray detailer.
Right.
Would be nice, and you don't need to polish that because you will polish through it after a while.
No, like I said, it's
This is triple chrome plate, triple nickel, or well, not triple chrome. It's nickel, but it's copper flashed and nickel. It's done the right way.
it's when it comes to brass and things like that, polishing, you know, paint. That's one thing this truck's always been known for, having the best brass that anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice though to be able to do it in probably half a day versus the entire day.
I think you're gonna have a lot more time in your hands.
No, and I like this touch too. This is much better than what we had here before.
Yes, we that was the last thing we did actually.
I like that. Yeah.
We came up with that. Drew worked on that, and he did a lot of the last finishing touches on this truck in the last couple weeks here, and you know, we wanted to come up with something, and we bought some snaps here, so you can unsnap this,
right.
take that out. Not that you're ever going to remove it really, but
well, today's world, you never know.
You don't want that popping out on the side of the road. And
where does the truck house? Do you have a spot for it?
Yes, we actually have a location up in Massachusetts. It is an antique garage. It's a small antique garage. A friend of mine owns it, and I take care of his things, so I kind of get rent free. But the end of this year, we will be taking up residency in our new fire department. And the old one, which this truck backed into when it was brand new, the station was only 2 years old. That station's going to be renovated for office space, and the chief's office, the assistant chief, and there's a few other town departments. And one bay that's there now used to be for artillery. It was a long bay. So I'm getting half of that, and they're going to restore that as just a nice little garage for me. And I'm going to turn into a nice little museum. It won't be a big museum, but it'll be something. So this truck will have a home for it.
Nice.
We've been lucky to get an 1855 Honeyman hand pump back recently that belonged to our town, bought new. And so that may be a next project.
all right.
And but we don't have a place for that one yet. We got to find a home for that one. But so it's going to be fun. This has been a great project because when we went for public funds, it was such an easy sale to get the grant because during COVID, right, as we know, and you had some challenges. We both had challenges during that. But in COVID, this was a piece of equipment that was riding around neighborhoods visiting people when they couldn't get out. My wife Maria and I would sit back and let people jump up in the seats and take pictures with their family. So it was kind of a little bright star within the COVID mess. There was something different. So as we've said, these pieces of history, it's the only thing that can go to you and show you the past. That's why I love your passion for history as well. And I say I do a good job of keeping the history alive. But what you do with your talents and bringing this truck back from what it looked like to where it is today it truly is like it just rolled off the assembly floor line. I mean,
well, thank you very much. We appreciate that very much. We had a lot of fun putting it together, and just don't pump water with it.
Right. Well, not yet. We got to try that though. And I'm glad you remembered when I said not to touch that handle.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
And I'm a real geek when it comes to the history stuff. There's a lot of people that have cranked that siren handle, that go back a lot of years.
Oh yeah.
And to put a new one on and restore it to be something with brand new wood, you want to have that one thing. You didn't ride in these seats.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't move. The dash is just phenomenal. And lights work. That's a first. I've never had it with a light work. Wow.
So this thing, as far as taking care of it and stuff, the engine uses regular 1540 diesel oil. that you'd get at Napa for a, you know, power stroke or whatever. That's what I would put in there. That's what I put in all the trucks that I do here. The transmission and the rear end and stuff, you shouldn't have to touch it for many, many years. Probably at least 10, 15 years or more, maybe 20 years. You probably never need to touch it in your lifetime, to be honest. I mean, it's not leaking. It's 600 weight oil. You can't get that at any auto parts store. You have to special order it. But I wouldn't worry about it. It'll take, you know, 60, 70 years before it starts leaking. And so, same thing in the transfer case. It's the same oil, 600 weight oil. So,
Notice the choke level is gone.
no, it's here.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so,
gone.
so if you want to hop up there, I'll show you the control over on the other side. And so, let me get this out. Set this over here. So, the controls here. Your switch here. These switches are universal switches that they bought. Okay, so it's not, they don't use everything on there necessarily. Like the side says Magneto. That's not used. You have a mag switch over there, the American Bosch switch. Okay, so when you run this guy, you're gonna turn it to the left. The battery. I'm assuming that's what you did before. Or did you have a switch?
We have a switch under there.
You had a switch. Okay, so that's all gone.
Okay.
So now you're gonna switch. Well, you got your battery switch here.
Right.
But your battery ignition is what I mean.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
when your battery, you line this up, it just turns like that.
Okay.
Now your battery ignition's on, your distributor.
Okay.
And then the magneto is always on.
Okay.
That's this right here. And when you, there's a little key here. You push it in and turn it like a light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
And this, there it goes. It pops out like that. That's off.
Right.
All right. That's grounded. You push it in like this, it's on. All right. And then when you go to shut it off, you turn your switch to off, vertical, and then you push this in and hold it. That grounds out the magneto and shuts it off because you're running on both now.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
And then your choke is this guy right here.
Okay.
You put that on. And your light switches are these over here, like they were the same. We added a push-pull over there.
Okay.
I don't remember if that was there.
That wasn't there. No.
Okay, so we added that on for your.
And that's for headlights.
I believe that's your Mars. I believe that's your
The
Mars light.
Okay.
And then your headlights should be this guy right here.
Okay.
When you turn this lever, this is your see your ammeter move. That's
Right.
your headlights right there.
Okay.
You turn that lever. That's factory. Okay. And the transmission shifter is very stiff. It clicks now going in because it's all redone.
Right.
It's brand new. So when you operate that, it's very very stiff. The parking brake is very tight, so it only moves about
Oh yeah.
an inch and it's off.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It's
there.
you don't have to yank it all the way back. It's very very short. So make sure you just check this every time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. The one thing that we didn't find, and it wasn't in budget, was the speedometer cable
Right.
and that whole mechanism, because that goes off the front wheel.
Right. Yeah.
Extremely expensive and hard to find.
Right.
So we restored the speedometer, and we set it at the original mileage, and that's something that we can work on going forward. You know, trying to find that.
Sure. Yeah.
It's tough to find that stuff.
Yeah, it is. I've had people watching how far as well.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing. Everything else is all set.
Can't believe the difference in the seats alone.
Yeah.
Now, what is this coated?
That is just sealed with clear, I believe it's like a urethane sealer.
Yeah.
That's fully restored by a gentleman in New Jersey. He does excellent work, and your timing is all operating now. So your throttle's the lever on the left, and the right lever is your timing.
Right.
All the way where it is now, down, that's the bottom point, that's advanced. I don't recommend playing with that. The only reason you'd put it forward to retard is if you were going to hand crank it, and you're never going to do that.
Right.
You can't actually with that light on there.
Right. Right.
So I would leave it right where it is. And the left lever works great. You can adjust your throttle. The The horn button doesn't do anything because we got rid of this no horn.
Right, right.
These steering columns were purchased by their Ross steering columns, so they would have bought out of the catalog, and it would have had a wire. It never came with a horn, the truck, but they would have had a wire in there. We didn't put the wire back in,
Right,
it's just for show.
Yep.
So that's it. So you ready to go for a ride?
I am.
All right.
I've been waiting for this for a while.
All right, let me grab my dealer plate. I'll be right back.
Glare.
A glare, you can see yourself.
Yeah,
You can use that for your mirror.
Yeah, just about you can, yeah.
All right, so this is a very short shift, and it's the same as before. Give it that half a second, extra half a second like you were before, waiting to shift, and it goes in. But this thing actually like clicks. Right, you want to try it. It's very stiff.
Right.
And it's like, that's because the shifter slides are all clean and redone. There's balls and springs in there, it's all clean. Everything's very tight. So, and your fuel shutoff is right here, that yellow valve. So you can use that.
Oh, well, you brought it, okay, good.
You can either turn it off up here or down there.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Either way. And we're ready to rock and roll.
Great. So is this using,
Actually, I left the ignition on.
Yeah, sorry.
So maybe that's on.